most safe and most entertaining event.
Watching the wheels turn.
Wheels turning.
All right, I'll start with
The hamster ball spinning.
I'll start with Terra Firma 1.
Yes.
Take me back to that day.
Terra Firma 1, we're down Mini-O's. It was an event in Florida, amateur event, and Carmichael, James Stewart, and myself, we're all Fox riders at the time. So we all came to my motorhome, and it was right after the TT, so it was pretty cool. We're all excited. They gave us pizza. James talked about his girlfriend, 16-year-old Dee Dee Burns. I think at the time he was like 7 or something. Carmichael was talking about it's a place by my house called Dairy Queen, and I was most unpolished. Like all I knew was motorcycles, and they put a camera in front of me. I was like, I used to do the gymnast bars. I like to flip stuff. Anyway, it was awesome.
That's great. Now, looking back upon that, things were rolling. Back then, of course, Fox backing you guys. Did you ever foresee the build-up to today?
No, I mean, for me, shoot, at that time, X Games wasn't even around. My passion, I don't know if it's my passion, but what I was really good at was just jumping. I loved jumping more than everybody else. I loved finding lines and just different stuff. And then when freestyle came around and I saw all these videos and I was like, man, this is the coolest thing ever. And then X Games, and now to be, kind of in a position where we can take action sports and everything we've learned, and especially the last couple of years. What really inspired the World Games has to be guys like Ryan Williams. He comes as a scooter rider. I never thought I'd look up so much to a scooter rider, but also BMX, everything he does, he's amazing. And he's like, I need a ramp that's a little taller. I need a ramp that's like this. So we've been fine-tuning these ramps and making them bigger and different, and the landings and safer landings and airbag landings and resi landings and all this different stuff. And it's funny because you go to my house and there's a snowboarder, Schmidt, not even like professional snowboarder, came in triple backflip to BMX bike. Well, at X Games, which is the pinnacle, it's the top, it's what built action sports, and definitely something that built my career and allowed people to make a living. It was an awesome event. But it hasn't catered to the progression of what freestyle is, and they're doing better, and they're about everything. But to have an opportunity to put that progression out there and to see what other guys like our Willie will be able to do with it, it's a really dream come true.
Awesome. Salt Lake City, beautiful place. Can be perfect for a lot of East Coasters to come out here. So, the draw is going to be massive. They're projecting 15 million, apparently. You grew up here. Tell us, people are going to come to your show most definitely from all over the world. But what else is there to do beyond the show afterwards?
Well, that's what's really awesome about here. There's the motorcycle riding around here is amazing. Widowmaker, for any of the guys that used to follow that, is literally, I can see it from here. I'm looking at where I first learned how to skydive. You got some of the best mountain biking. Obviously the skiing and everything is known for, but this is one of the places in the summertime that's my favorite place to come visit. Especially, you just go up the mountain just a little bit, and you have some of the best riding. You got good trails, you got good BMX, you got good. You name it. If you're into action sports, and plus honestly, starting from Governor Huntsman a couple years back, and now continue with Herbert, and as well as Utah Sports Commission, they've made this an action sports mecca, and they brought in events like us and like Dew Tour and stuff that's really helped grow the community and the awareness. And when you have kids that are aspiring to be action sports, you'll see all through the communities just the knowledge of action sports, and also those people venturing out and building really cool stuff. So anyone that's coming out, I think they're going to have a really good time.
You mentioned kids. How do you find balance? I know it's really demanding, busy. You got media, press, just trying to get your time. And time is really valuable to you as any successful person. So how do you balance it? Yeah.
The best part for me is actually being on tour. And that's the silliest thing to say, but my wife, she skates on the Nitro Circus tour. My kids then have 50, and it's scary, but of the rowdiest and most awesome and just passionate role models, if you will, in the world, and they're all the best at what they do, but they're all just, Addie, she's 2 years old, and she just runs up and down the slide. She thinks it's a big slide, but it's a 65-foot gigantic ramp rolling, and gets passed kind of from person to person. It's the most, when we go home, she's like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? She gets on a plane that's not full of Nitro Circus crew just to go on vacation or something, and she's like jumping from seat to seat going, well, where's all my friends? So I think as a family, there's not a better environment to grow up in, as you know, as far as for me to be able to, the press stuff is tough, and there's a lot of traveling, a lot of that kind of stuff, which is not the easiest with 2 kids under 3 years old right now. But at the same time, it goes with the territory. So instead of being at an office and waking up before my kids go to school and getting home for dinner, when I'm home or when we're on tour, we're with our kids and my wife 24/7.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, brother.
Appreciate it. Sorry for the long-winded answer.
No problem.
I was just hoping for a yes or no, man.